I have everyone on mute because I'm a dumbass. Oh, my God. Good morning and welcome to Comics and Coffee with Cliff with the Immortal Biggie Shaq. Actually, Dracula's like, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah.
Good morning, who's that? Good morning, Love for Comics. Good morning, Shane. Good morning, Dracula. Good morning, all you beautiful people and people who don't feel beautiful, but you still are. But you still are. And speaking of beautiful, we got Biggie Shaq here. Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning.
The poster board for beauty. That's me. Right.
Well, you know what? You've proven you could clean up real sharp. You know?
Sometimes, yeah. If I try hard enough, I might.
There you go. There you go. Oh my goodness. So I actually prepared a special lineup of questions for you that I hope are not going to be too much. All right, the first one is easy. What drew you into comics and what keeps you passionate? It's a two-part question. What drew you into comics? What keeps you passionate about comics?
What drew me into comics? Well, it was actually Melody. She wanted to start collecting Walking Dead, and I collected toys. I was into Transformers, and I was always like a little overwhelmed with comics because I didn't know. I knew like, oh, this is old. It's a main character, but I'm so frugal that I don't feel comfortable just casually buying random stuff I don't know much about. And so she kind of got me into buying just whatever, you know. She just liked to read Walking Dead and Image and all that stuff. So I got her that, and then one day I figured, you know, I like comic book characters. I'll buy something for myself, you know. And I got a couple old Silver Age annuals, like a Hulk Annual 5 and a Amazing Spider-Man Annual 7. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, I was like, I felt like it was worth the effort and the amount of money I spent. I spent like, I don't know, $7 to $10 on each of those. And I was like, oh man, I get this really cool thing I like, and it's very old, and I like it. And the condition, and the second part of the question was what keeps me collecting is I just like I like the idea of having a cool comic collection that represents myself, and I just want to make it as nice as I can, you know. I think that it ain't just getting the comics; it's taking care of them too. So, you know, you get them, and then you put them upright, and then you present them, and it gives you something to do, and it gives you and there's always stuff moving around. Like even new stuff comes out, I kind of want. So there's old stuff I want. There's new stuff I want.
It's a killer, isn't it?
What?
It's a killer to want the new stuff and the old stuff.
Right. Yep. So I guess that's it. Like it's the unquenchable thirst of want. You know, you just keep wanting and wanting. Now, am I ever happy with what I got? Yeah, I'm happy. But do I feel like I could get a couple more books? Sure. You know, I don't like it when I have too many though. Like I kind of know my threshold. When I start getting a little too full and like, oh, I got too many boxes, I'll get rid of some. So I don't like having a ton, but I feel like you can have a certain amount and be able to get what you want.
I feel like that may be true. Oh, but I really do have a problem.
I don't know.
I have a big problem letting go. And actually, like, I don't even, like, I can let go. I have let go, but like the letting go, right? you know what? I want to get one of those belts, and I'm going to call myself undefeated. And I'll be like, whoever wants to take this belt from me has got to defeat me in naked wrestling. And then I'll always remain undefeated.
Well, maybe, unless somebody.
Right. But then, if somebody actually shows up to challenge me, I may just have a great time.
Well, it's fun to have these little belts because I've sent a bunch out, and you start seeing your little friends have a little toy belt on their shoulder, and we're the champions. We're the wrestling comic book guys. Come and battle me. And
oh, honey, mine ain't gonna be a toy belt. Yeah,
well, I kind of ran out of belts to give away, but there's a few guys I want to send some belts to. Like, I think Chonka would do good with the belt.
Oh, he would look good with it.
Yeah, a few guys.
He's built for belt material.
Yeah, Bleeker, he's got a few belts.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
I've seen them in person.
Yeah, no, you actually met a couple of my buddies I hang out with quite a bit. You met don't tell me.
Bleeker, Shane,
Matt,
Dracula,
Matt. Yeah, Matt and Bleeker are the two I hang out with the most. You met probably.
They're really good guys. Those Canadians, they're such good folk,
Yeah.
And it's so funny because, like, I think Bleeker and Shane are only like 20 minutes away from each other or something.
Which one's Shane? Is that 36?
Yes, 360 or 1063. Yeah. So it is. It was great because, like, I left Bleeker's, met Shane, had dinner, drove across Niagara Falls, got home at midnight.
That TM though.
Dude, TM, no one realizes how far TM is. It is far,
Yeah, no, I know. He's on an island, so it's a little more.
Yeah, and there's only like one bridge. It's like you almost, dude, it's like him and then like the North, and then your next destination is the North Pole. Like, you're driving, you are heading out. I kind of feel like I'm exaggerating, but I also kind of feel like I'm not. It's that sensation. Sorry, TM, I love you. We gotta get you on a plane to come see us. He thinks it's because I won't cross the bridge. He is wrong.
When you talk about naked wrestling and shit, I think TM would actually do that. Like, TM's into that stuff. So.
Well, listen, if he gives me verification, then that might be worth a trip. He needs to let me know he's down. Last time I made a sexual suggestion of something we could do together when I get there, and he was just too busy laughing. Just too busy.
Okay.
But
well, I don't know. I guess that's a TM situation. I thought he was a little more. He was kind of daring you more than you were daring him when I saw it. So I don't know.
Well, if I show up there, all right, and scare the heck out of him. So let's do some map action, everyone. Let's do something we don't normally do. So there you have it. You see this?
Let me take my shades off. Wow.
Right.
Whoa, you're like in Japan, TM. Holy shit.
Right. No, he's not in Japan. But if we look closely, right, you cross.
Like me.
Yeah, over here is TM World, okay? You cross this big old bridge here that he's talking about, which is part of my 12-hour and 50-minute trip without taking a pee break, which is never going to happen.
Yeah.
All right?
That's a big-ass bridge, too. Look at that bridge.
It is a big-ass bridge. It is a big-ass bridge. So, like, you're there, then you're on the island. Great. We could probably see the whole thing in a day or two, I love it. It reminds me of a frozen version of Puerto Rico. Now, let's zoom out. Now, obviously, I was a bit exaggerating because, but look, next over, Newfoundland is waiting for us over here. You know, we keep heading north. All right, there's more of Canada. All right, so I can see where it doesn't look like he's so far away, like compared to all this other Canada territory we're looking at, but it's kind of far. So, like, I guess if I flew to Montreal to save some time and then drove, I don't know. It's like, it's a whole thing, TM. It's a whole thing, you know? And then look, then there's Greenland. Right? Then we leave Canada for Greenland, the Northwestern Passage. I mean, like, you know, I mean, I don't even know what kind of parts of the map are we talking about at this point as we go north of Canada.
That's yeah, Antarctica.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Antarctica's on the bottom, right? So, like,
North Pole, I don't know.
Yeah, no, we're at the North Pole up there. Down here is Antarctica land, you know. Mm-hmm. So like, look at this, just ice wasteland, you know. Look, the Concordia Station, the Zucchelli Station, like, look at these are real places. This isn't where people actually live and thrive. It's a damn station for scientific research and get the F out. So anyhow, one day when TM is ready to have a big gay cliff adventure, I'll come on out there. Come on out there. Good morning, Thomas. How are you?
Oh yeah, I think John sent you a couple bucks, man.
Did you open your box?
What box? What are you talking about?
Okay, you're not one of the people with the box. Never mind.
I'm not a person.
Oh, Bucks! John! Happy Saturday to all the Cliftonians. I'm sorry. Look at that. And his love to track. Aw. Maps with Cliff and Big. Yo, that would be funny. I feel like maybe we should do that like once a month.
What's that?
Maps with Cliff and Biggie.
Maps.
Or we like, try to find out where people are, and we like look at the area and be like, I can't go there.
I like mess with Biggie and Cliff better. Like we're mad at something that happened, and you're like, they messed with us. That would be better.
Oh, that's terrifying. We would like.
You don't like that? Great.
We need a producer who like is at the controls. Like, is that's too scary. But let me thank John for his donation real quick.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure Glenn Powell is what John wanted, but it's what I wanted. So...
I feel like you brought something up that I know I could be like polite and just pass it up, but what the hell is the box?
Oh, the box. No, someone sent me a box and like I'm supposed to open it on a particular stream and I'm waiting for it and there's other people involved, but I am not 100% sure who it is, so I'm waiting. I know who sent me the box, but I don't know who the other people are, so now it's just a big old mystery.
Okay, I think I see what's going on. All right, that's cool. Gotcha.
What is going on? Because I still don't know. I have a box. I know who sent it, and I still don't know what's happening, and I don't even have a date.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think I have the same type of box, but we've all had the same type of box. So I would guess it's just you guys got.
I'm imagining it's some kind of AOK extravaganza. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Actual record. Did you get my package, Cliff? Listen, I tried to get your package in Cambridge, you know, but you brought your girlfriend. It was in public. Two things that aren't necessarily a deterrent for me. But you might mean the comic book that you sent me. Yes, I do have it, and I will have a video where I open that and maybe a couple other things and discuss. I thank you very much, and I love you. Love you, Adrian.
Yeah.
Norman is here. There he is. Look at all the love that Naman gets. So much love, and so well deserved. Mystery box is unsafe for YouTube. I don't care anymore. Let's go. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? You know, let it be a dildo. Let it be.
Hey, Norman. Hey, Norman. Thanks for voting for me, man. Appreciate you, bro.
And
What do
voting for me, that was sweet.
What do you think about like public votings? Like, you kind of gotta.
Listen, I'm normally against it, but Namens is probably like the sweetest, most like lovable voting I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like watching some people, Trev, and then watching them talk about how they love you and your fellow co-host, Seabizzle, and then vote for somebody else right in front of you, Trev. So it's not like that. And
It does. There's a little bit of tribal stuff going. So I went to Mad Spidey's and I was like in the background waiting, and I heard Izzy give Spidey a little bit of grief about not voting for. They voted for me instead of someone else that they hang out with, and I was like, poor Spidey, because he hangs out with the guy so much. But Spidey's been like pushing my little angle for a couple of years now, so I was pretty proud of him. But there's a little tribal instinct, you hang out with somebody on panel and you're like, why didn't you vote for me? So I get it.
No, I get it. And obviously I have no loss of love for Trev, and he knows that I'm kidding, right? Like, these things are lovely. Winning is lovely, right?
Yeah, you've done it before.
Right. And vote for your good vote. I do try to be fair, right? Like for the shorts, I voted what I thought was fair, right? For instance. And I really try. In some cases, yeah, of course I'm going to vote for the person who I spend the most time with, and I know how much work they're putting into it, So like, I feel like that's also a thing. Like, I don't know what everybody does, but I know that how hard this person is working at it. So I'm going to give them my vote,
Yeah, absolutely. What TM said something pretty smart. What was it? Nope, I missed it. Never mind. Maybe it was someone else.
Oh, damn. Did we miss it? No, Trev did a live voting like 1 or 2 years ago, right? And so I always give him grief because he's sitting there. It's like, oh, the Council of Comics in this category. Oh, I love Cliff, and I really love Seabizzle too. But we're gonna give it to somebody else. And I'm like, bitch.
I feel like our two little groups have the most representation. Now, I can't take claim over Comic Collector Allen's group, but I'd say he's part of my little network, because we do hang out quite a bit. We do book club and collector club. But your Council of Comics, I feel like Council of Comics and me and Allen's contemporaries are the most voted in this year. So it's kind of cool. I don't know another one. I don't know.
It's very neat. I'm grateful to all those people who took part in the nomination process. And it's really funny, Biggie, because the nomination process, it was under 300 people who took part in it. But once we got to, okay, these are your representatives, go vote. It's crazy because we're getting closer and closer to 2,000 votes, right? Yeah. So it makes me wonder, and yes, there were some reports on some confusion. I get that. But it does make me wonder if how people feel about participating in the nomination part versus how they feel about okay, it's go time for the votes. Grab your friends, grab your family, grab your wives, grab your kids, grab the cats, start voting.
I didn't know it was that small for nominations. I was hoping they were around the same.
No. Yeah. And to be fair, they're usually, to my knowledge, because I'm not always on the committee, right? But to my knowledge, it's not quite the same. Although I do think there was more ramp up a couple of times. But we would have to ask Brian LCS for good details on that. Let's see. I don't think I will get past Cliff Group, but I'll keep pushing. Yeah, you push, man. You're pretty great, man. I love you anyway. You know this. And whether I win nothing at all, I still love you folks, and I love the beauty that you have given me, the beautiful gift of friendship that many of you have given me in this community.
Yeah. How do you value all of the.
I'm sorry. How do I value?
How do you value all the joy we've got from every network, or every channel? I'm sorry, every personality, right?
Right. How can you? I mean, obviously the categories like you hope it fits best, right? So like, but there's so like I value people's camaraderie. I value people. I value the entertainment value. I value people's knowledge. I value these things, and I have something in my head about valuing those things individually, right? And sometimes even collectively. There are some people who I find them very entertaining and very knowledgeable, and I have a great experience. I find some people are knowledgeable, their presentation sucks, and so therefore not engaging, and I find some people put real work in, and my God, TM loves to just show up and blow it up.
Yeah.
So, but no, for instance, David, still only 35C, right? He's knowledgeable. His videos are very well put together, and there's an education there, right? So, are there several categories that I would feel comfortable voting for him for? Absolutely. Did I vote for him in one category? Probably. I ain't telling y'all shit. So, but he makes really solid, entertaining, evergreen content. I went to the show. This was the experience. I got a hold of this rare collectible. This is what came out. I was at an antique show, and I found a record book of Journey into Mystery.
How about his Superman 1 thing where he broke the comic world and found out there were second printings and
third printings?
Yeah, that was a pretty big deal. We just kind of forget and gloss over things, but out of all the Superman 1s, it was his. What the hell?
So true. Also, speaking truth to power, Actual Dracula. It's an honor to have been nominated and to have been the victim of a ruthless smear campaign masterminded by the Council of Comics. I love you, baby. So I want you to know, I dream constantly that we do a follow-up skit series, but actually have Adrian here in them.
Okay.
This way I can have it all. I can have Adrian, we can have a sequel, we can have a good time, I can have his package. It just sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I think Actual Dracula looks the most like the Canadians that work for Saturday Night Live.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like he could be on the cast in the 89 year or something,
Yeah, I could see that. I feel like he would just blend right into that shit.
I don't know why I came up with that dumbass idea, but there was quite a few Canadian comedians. I'm attributing SNL to it, but you know what I'm saying, I think.
I gotta tell you something too. When I received his package in the mail, I was shocked at the name reveal on the top, and I was like, "Oh my god, he has yet another name!" I'm like, "He really is Dracula. It's just multiple identities."
Oh, you want to talk about names, dude? I know Dracula's name. Yes, it's very different, or not? It's borderline average. Guess what my name is? Do you know what my name is?
I still don't know what your real name is.
Oh man, you want to talk about a childhood of abuse? Check this out, Julius.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, that's my damn. You want to talk about being a nerd?
Yeah.
Julius, beat that.
Yeah, well, listen, how much abuse? Julius Caesar, Orange Julius, like what else could you have gone through?
Really, I don't know. It just Julius. Nobody's named Julius, especially like a white redheaded dude. You know, like I don't know, man. Good luck with that. I've thought about changing my name to Julius Comics because it's kind of a nerdy name, you know, but I'll stick with Biggie Shaq. I'm right.
I was gonna say, you're telling the guy named Clifford.
Clifford Julius. Come on.
Okay, so yours was terrible, but don't tell me mine was not also horrible. I got Clifford the Big Red Dog constantly. I got Cliff Nerd, Cliff Turd. It was horrific. Horrific.
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh my God, Love for Comics. Gifted 5 Cliff on Comics memberships. Oh my gosh. Now I got to go to the real stream and find out who got gifted. All right. Congratulations to Pittima, who I owe a subscriber thing to. Kingdom of Nerds. I can't believe you're not a member, sir. Canadian Survivalist, Chucky Valdez, and Hazu all received a gift membership from Love for Comics. Thank you so much. Let's find you something special for a thank you. I gotta work on these. Oh my God.
Yeah, congratulations, guys.
Drew Manchu. Oh wait, what did I mean? What did I miss with congratulations?
With the 5 gifted. Congrats to the new members.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Oh yeah, Chucky Valdez. That's right, he's there. All right, wonderful. Bum. Oh, here's a fun question I have prepared for you. It probably should have been the last question, but I feel like let's put it in the middle. What do you think our community is missing?
What are we missing? Some of the channels that have gone away, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
I just miss some of the shows we had and some of the interactions we had, but in simple, a little more openness to have guests on the bigger spotlighted shows. I think some of the bigger spotlighted shows, they kind of stay conformed. They stick with what they're comfortable with. You know, give it like what you're doing. You pop someone in. You're very casual. I think they try, but you know, do they?
Also, never feel awkward about reaching out and be like, "Hey, I love your stuff. Would you have me on?" And vice versa. I would love to have you on, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
And you know, Biggie, I was so upset when I was like going through my comics and coffee, and I realized I hadn't had you, and I was like, "But we've done stuff together, right?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, Biggie, when are you coming on?"
No, we've been. You came to my show, Collector Club, and I came to your trivia show a couple times.
Yes,
maybe like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, I know we did stuff. Like your email is cataloged in my email. I'm like, but I realized I had you for comics and coffee, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
It's been a little bit, but you know, we'll think of something. We're here now. Is what matters.
Well, hey, actually, I want you to know this is episode 50.
I know. I saw that. Yeah.
Man.
That means comic books, right? 50 means something. Every 25.
Every 25, it's an anniversary issue, baby. Anniversary.
I think what I wanted to get done today was to be like, you know, pretty much if anybody's voting for me and I'm not competing against Cliff, go ahead and vote for Cliff. And if anybody's voting for Cliff, consider me, you know, and maybe we can help each other out a little bit because I don't think both of our brands get to cross each other that much. So me and Cliff are buddies. And I had an instant...
make it work. Bleeker, get to work on it. Bleeker is crossover material. He's our crossover guy.
Yeah, I had an instant connection to Cliff when he first came around. I always welcome new channels. And there was a few people like, oh, who's this guy? Who does he think he is? And I'm like, hey, give him a chance. He's a new guy. He seems funny to me. He seems pretty cool, you know, whatever. And thankfully, a lot of that shit's died down. You're a lot more welcome now, but it was a little.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna keep showing up. See you next time.
What did you think about your little bumpy introduction? Was there one, or am I making that up?
Yeah, no, it was a bumpy introduction, and I was like, okay, like it wasn't all bad. Most people were just happy to see me like show up and knock on the door, you know, and obviously it's different with the rest of the council because like I have more time to engage with you guys than they do. So like in the beginning, like we actually won an award, but I told you I have no shame that I like reached out to every freaking person on the planet to vote for us, right? And so of course that whole thing with like, oh, I thought somebody funny was supposed to win this award, like that was bumpy, of course, but you know, I mean, I felt bad for the other guys because they were like, you know, they just had to like take it on the chin, but like I got where it was coming from, and then I felt terrible because I love Freaky Louie, love him, you know, and of course when I was in my rampage, you know, of like, oh my god, I really want to win this, I was like, I didn't know who he was, and then by the time I knew who he was, I was like,
oh wow,
you know. But that's like this year I've continued my rampage of self-support, but Louis is included in that rampage. I'm trying to get that man a win because I love him.
This is the year then. Maybe
I hope so. You know, I try to get Izzy a win this year too. You know, like I'm trying, and then he didn't get into the art category, and you know, the man's a little sad. You know.
Well, you never know, man. Izzy's been putting in a lot of good stuff on his quality and production. He pretty much works for Cover Price at this point or some shit, right?
Listen, he doesn't, but he does. I mean, not like, well, I guess a little bit, but like he's a contributor to Cover Price and Go Collect, and he works really hard, man. And I appreciate it. And it's a lovely time being his special guest star for his weekly series, now on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Izzyverse NYC. And so, like, man, it's good. He's just like, Cliff, what do you think of this? I'm like, awesome, see you at 7. He's like, what order do you think it should be in? I was like, the order it's in, it's fine, see you at 7. And we just go for it, man. You know? He's like, Have you heard this piece of terrible news? And I was just like, great. I'm like, it is terrible news. Pew pew, let's go.
Yeah, I don't really need much of a reason to run my mouth and brag and talk a lot of smack, but if you give me a trophy saying that I'm good at something, I'd probably the last person you want to give it to, because I'm going to talk a lot of shit and I'm going to enjoy it probably more than most people. So if I win one, I'll be happy, you know, so we'll see.
Let's hope that this is it. Like
I
must say, whoever wins this year, right? It's a much better playing field this year, right?
Right.
Like that we do have some of the big names, but they're in the greater categories, right? And for those of us in the tiered categories, I feel like the battlefield is more even and more leveled. Mm-hmm. But Biggie, you know in my heart you've already won.
I feel like all of us are very good channels, and even without the accolades, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. The thing with me and John, you know, it's a little. I've been in competitions before. It's a little bit of separation. What is it? Divide and conquer. You know, yeah. I feel like our voting people are me and John's people, but we might just parasite each other and the other.
No, I could see that being very difficult because like there's a lot of mutual love for both of you. You know, you guys are like, you're really wonderful fixtures in this community, right? You know, like you've been here like from the COVID days. Like the COVID days, A, I was on a break. B, I was on the council, and we were like off on an island until, you know, Empire was like, "What are you guys doing? Like, do you know these other people?" And I'm like, "What?" You know,
That's
I
interesting.
remember.
So you had your group of comic personalities, and you didn't know there was other YouTube groups and stuff. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we didn't know. We knew the big guys, and that was it. You know, and
Wow.
you know, so like, and so we were just like afloat, like screaming into the ether, like hoping it works. You know, and then like, and then so you know, talking to Angel the comic book store, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like my channel did really well when I was in Florida, but then it took a dip when I moved to New York, and now I'm trying to reinvigorate it. And there's all these guys, and he's telling us about Brian, and he's telling us about DJ Lynx, and you know, he's going, and it's like, okay, cool. And like the first time, so the first little crossover action was like, I think it was like his 2,000 subscriber video. And I think it was, or maybe 1,000, but I feel like it was 2,000 or higher. But he had Sam on from the council, and he had DJ Lynx and Southpaw Brad, and he had Brian there, and all these people are like, "Who is this dude?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And the other thing that you may or may not have noticed was at the time when I would show up in chats, it was Clifford NY, right? And I just got tired of it because like everybody else had a name. Everybody else, you know, I was in there and I was like Legion of Comics, TM Nerdy, DJ Lynx, the Immortal Biggie Shaq. I'm like, oh, you got fancy names. I was like, well, now I'm just jealous. I was like, I guess I gotta fire up my channel. You know, I was like, I haven't touched it in like 7 years, so I renamed it Clip on Comics. Started throwing up the bedroom videos. You know, my basement in constant remodel. You know, so like you remember the ugly days where I'm there with the background falling apart behind me and the painting.
Mm-hmm. No, you've been fun to watch. It's just like other channels. I love seeing the growth. You know, like they get their quality together, they get their books together. I'm personally me. Like I get all the this is a form of production. You're going to make a good edited, polished thing. Me personally, Cliff, I like seeing guys get cool books and learn how to collect. That's like my favorite thing. So I have this weird thing where I know books that each person has. I'm a little nosy, you know. I'm just like, I kind of want to know what everybody's doing, you know. Like I know you got some really rad shit, you know, some Silver. I've heard you and Matt talk. I don't think anybody has a more comic-y. I don't know. You see, Bizzle's pretty good too, but you and Matt, whenever you guys start going about Legion of Superheroes and shit, that's some high-level comic conversation. You know, you guys are pretty good at that shit. So
we got that deep love. We got that deep love. I was on Magic Lasso, right? And you know, he told me to pick 3 books and let me know if there's like a theme. Because the first time went on, I picked 3 books and I had a theme because I was like, well, I thought that's how you do it. It's like, no, you just pick 3 books, right? And Action Comics 554, Power Suit Luthor, everybody. And also the all new Brainiac. Yeah. So the Legion. So I don't know, it's funny, right? Because like people passively know who they are, right? But like Matt and I are like really into that nitty-gritty. And so like and last year it felt like such a harsh, like I chose like Defenders and Marvel Team Up, and then I found myself in like such a harsh competition to get the books on my checklist for last year, right? So I was like, I am shifting gears. I'm like, there ain't nobody out there who's gonna challenge me with the Legion of Superheroes. No one cares about them, you know? And Cliff is old. I ain't too old to eat your ass though. So like, I'll let that one linger. And then like, so anyhow, so I focused on Legion of Superheroes this year, and then Matt's all into them. I'm like, oh my God, I'm back into a heated competition, you know, and getting their, I think it's their 5th appearance is really hard. There is like multiple first appearances, and it's a Supergirl story, and everyone got all hot and fired up about her movie. And like I ended up getting my copy from freaking Hong Kong, and I didn't even realize it. I was just like, "Oh shit, it's Hong Kong!" Like I'm over here crapping. Like, please, God, let it get here.
Good morning, it's kind of weird how I mean, Jim Shooter passed away too, so a lot of people,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, they want his first work, and his first work is the introduction of Karate Kid, and Princess Projecta, Nemesis Kid, and Firo Lad. And to tell, so back to Magic Lasso. So anyhow, the books I gave him were 2 issues of Legion of Superheroes, which is the death of Karate Kid, followed by the death of Nemesis Kid, right? And they're written by Paul Levitz. And then the last one was Metropolis Mailbag in Superman, where he goes to read all the letters that he gets at Christmas time, right? Because my theme was responsibility of power, right? And that actually plays out in that Legion story. And then of course, the other Tony, one of the many Tonys, the many of the Legion of Tonys in the YouTube sphere, right? He's just like, I don't know what I'm reading. Like, the artwork's really cool, and me and Ryan are like trying to get him through it. But anyhow,
yeah, it's very interesting.
Love it.
I think my strength is just like keys and knowing first appearances and keynotes and shit. Like, I know generally a lot of the regular from Copper back, and in the last 2 years I've been pushing myself to learn more about Golden Age. So I've been like really picking at Alan and Doc and a little bit of Steppo, and I feel like I'm getting a little stronger. Like, I see Golden Age books and I'm like, hey, I know that one, and I love that shit, because that's what I've been doing since I got here. It's like, I love going through a big stack of books and be like, oh, that's important. So I don't know, just something I enjoy, comics,
I love that, but lately, like, my love of that has been Silver and Bronze Age, because like there's a Silver Bronze Age overlap, and I don't think a lot of people really acknowledge that, right? Like those eras like meld together.
It's like the early Silver and late Gold. It's like that 55 to 60 area. That feels like gold. That feels like gold to me, because there's still some 10 cent in there. I wish they would switch it up, like you're saying with Silver. I feel like 15 cents Silver.
But Silver's bigger than that, and respectably so, right? But then it's such a dramatic shift in This Is Bronze, and I'm like, really? Like, this is definitely feeling silverish, but but people have broken it up by major turning points in comics, right?
Oh yeah, they've used storylines almost to designate it. So
absolutely.
MJ, good to see y'all.
Yeah, I love them. I love me some Rod.
Yeah,
I love that he went back to Rod the Rican. Like, that just makes me happy. He did the Rican collectibles thing for a while. I'm like, we all know you're Rod. Just be Rod.
He was. We all have metamorphoses, dude. I've changed my name 3 or 4 times. If you really know me from the beginning, Cliff, imagine this, dude. I think it was 90 days with my girlfriend's, the Gmail I sent you. She typed in the name. You can only switch it 3 times in 30 days. So the 3rd time she switched it, she put it on Melody. So I had to go in these chats with my name as Melody. Yes. So after every time, before I'd even say a word, I'd type in Biggie Shaq. So I put up with a lot of silly ass things just to be able to hang around y'all. Like the Melody thing was so funny, dude. I think Icon probably remembers that. Maybe TM Nerdy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Travis has rolled with many punches. Oh my goodness! But anyhow, that's a slightly good segue. Hey, madam, welcome. That's a slightly good segue for my next question, which is the role of community connection, and why do you think it matters for creators and fans alike?
Oh, dude. This little pocket we got is not the hugest, but we get bigger. And I feel like it matters what we do. It absolutely does. Now, we may think people take it our ideas. It could just be fate. It could be they thought of it themselves. But a lot of times you could see like immediate, like exactly the same stuff that someone else puts down, someone else will do. And I'm fine with that. Like if you see something I'm doing and you think it's fun, like I was watching Nearing Nirvana the other night, right? I thought that I couldn't find anything in common with this show. I was just like, it's some indies, it's some chicks. I'm not very into that stuff or whatever. But I kept watching them, and they had this segment where it was 3 books. They just showed 3 books on the panel, and they say which one's the most expensive, and they'll show like a first appearance, a ratio, and another one. I was like, I love that idea. I would love to see what people would pick, and so it's all about the ideas. I feel like that's what it is. We all watch each other and we all try to make a good show, and a lot of us just come here just to kick some steam off, and we are comic collectors in a small form. A lot of us aren't even comic collectors. We're toy collectors. We're tennis shoe collectors. We're video game collectors. But we do have some comics. And the comics is kind of like your get in free pass to socialize with whoever you want to, because we're pretty accepting. I think I know that a lot of people that are very accepting. My type of thing is like you might burn me or I might burn you, but I didn't draw blood, dude. Let's try to get along, you know? So I'm mature enough to try to be friends. I think even if you piss me off, you're still funny sometimes, you know? Like you're still funny and entertaining to me. I don't know. How do you feel, Cliff? Do you ever just despise channels? Because I can't get there, dude. Like I'm just like, they're okay. Let them have their fun, right?
Just is despise the word I want. There are channels I stay away from. I acknowledge there's some things that they do right, but I just prefer to stay away from.
No, you gotta stay away from some stuff because it's like they could hurt you and shit. So I get that, but yeah, I guess you're right. You gotta just be cordial and casual with it. You can't really push a relationship into it. I'm still open to hoping that people are, you know, there's a lot of mental sickness out there, so it's hard to keep yourself completely open. So,
well, I mean, some people need to be open. Some people need some self-evaluation. You know, like there's just certain things that like no, like just like it's like I don't care if you think it's okay because it's getting you views. Like it's not okay, and it can damage your interpersonal relationships. I was like, so all it tells me is that you don't value your interpersonal relationships. So therefore, why do I want to engage with you? You know?
yeah.
So like, you know.
What do you think about what I was saying about like, as long as you have some comics and you collect a little bit, like we're open to.
Oh, absolutely, sure. You're in. Look at TM, not TM. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Travis. Trev, right? It was Trev, right? Trev started with cards, and it trickled into comics. So absolutely, yes. You know, and like, and some people, a lot of what this community is today is from people who found their way back to this hobby, you know, during the pandemic. You know, so like, absolutely. Look, TM said also with Vogs. Yes. Vogs also was starting with cards, and now he worked his way over to this.
Whenever I first came around, we was wondering if it was a good idea to add people from the Pops community. My buddy Discovery Bay Comics, he did a morning show where he would promote everybody, and he was very much into the idea like these Pops collectors fit in well with us, and so you got card community that's came, you got toy community that's came, Look at ME. Like I'd say his Transformer collection rivals his comic collection. You know, like it's pretty high. So
I love that the chat is so comfortable to be dirty with me. It's so great. It's so great.
They're all doll collectors. Yeah, I think we all have a doll, well, at least one doll. Every one of us probably.
Oh please! If the Mego figures are not dolls, then what are we even doing here? All right, my last. Oh well, this is a nice question to end on. All right, my last question is, what is it? What is it to build a voice in the comic space? What does that mean to you?
To build a voice, it's very hard. If you're not accepted by some of the bigger, more accepted channels, it's hard to put your stamp on anything. I don't care what you did first or what you think you created. If people aren't interested in your style of your form of idea, they just won't give you credit for it. You know, like people just, it's not an overwhelming fact that people, oh, that's the first person that did it. They did this and this is their thing. Like me just trying to put out the idea that I have a speculation channel and I pick some books that are hot now. It is almost impossible because people have read these books, they've talked about these books. So what if I went out on a limb and said this book may be connected to this movie that's going to happen? And it didn't even happen to the movie I said it was going to happen to. It's going to happen to the second movie. So Action 544, the Lex Luthor thing. Dude, ever since I got that book 5 years ago, I've been like, I meet Superman fans. I'm like, do you have this book? And a lot of them didn't. Not a lot of them did. And I was just like, dude, this is such a cool book. It's not worth that much money. You can get it. You know it's coming. You know, like at some point, Lex Luthor's going to get a suit. And at this point, I feel like it's more of a Brainiac situation because when I read it, it's funny because Fanboy Prime said that the Lex part was more impactful to him. I feel like the Brainiac, it depends on Brainiac. Brainiac ain't only a suit, like he connects to everything electronic or technological. So that could be a whole movie, you know, who knows? But it's not easy to get your stamp. I see some channels, they come in, they just get here, they're a little bit trendy, and the big dogs will vouch for them. You know, they'll be like, oh, did you see this book that this guy pointed? And it'd be a week ago. It could be shit I talked about 3 years ago, and nobody hardly does that for me. You know, so I can see why it's tough. It's hard to get your voice out there. Like I could go down a list of shit that I thought I brought to the community, but it just sounds like an old fogey, like, oh, this is how it was back in my day. So I just try to be current.
Get off my lawn!
What?
I said, get off my lawn!
Get it off my lawn. Well, it's the silliest stuff that you think that is your brand, and honestly, like, who are you to take claim for anything? So I feel like it's your contemporaries tell you what you've done. You can't really take it.
I think we all know, and something everybody has to remember, there aren't many original ideas. It's just how you do it.
Yeah.
You know? And like, and if that hits, it hits. And like, and a lot of that is just luck, you know? And and sometimes it's more than luck. I mean, it's all the things, you know? Like someone once said, you know, opportunity and opportunity and preparation meet, that's luck, you know? So I don't know, maybe one day it's gonna pay off that I have all this Legion knowledge and Matt and I will write the greatest Legion story ever told.
You never know. Yeah. You just try to make it your own, and some people enjoy it, some people don't. You know, you could just be speaking out to an empty void, or people will celebrate it. I was surprised that I got as many, even though there was only 300 votes in the nominations. At least I got in. and we'll see. It's almost like, do people really like me? You know, it kind of reminded me of like, it was a small gesture now when you look at what's been going on lately. Like, look at Mon, dude. Like, that's got to be one of the biggest support rallies I've seen in the comic community. That's nuts. It's only been a couple weeks in there.
It hasn't even been a week, dude. That was. It's been 1 week. It's been 1 week.
Yeah. No, I thought. Oh, thank you, Drew. Look at Drew.
Look at Drew. Thank you, Drew. All right, Drew. We'll get you the lady. Hold on.
Yeah, so in small comparison, like there was 30 people that chipped in on a book to AOK me. At that point, I was like, people actually like me, you know. But now you look at stuff that's happening like that, and Comics Curing Cancer, and the Gen stuff, you know, and all the other things. It's just like, who knows what we're all capable of? You know, I don't know. A lot, apparently.
See, Dante's legit, you know. How you put your own touch in it. And it's funny because the person who first said that to me was my old gym trainer, may he rest in peace, Mike Bell. And you know, so I was there while he's like trying to work his way into the wrestling world. And it's like, oh, what'd you do last week? He's like, I wrestled King Kong Bundy. And I'm like, what?
I didn't read what you said, Drew. Thank you. Biggie's spec isn't the same list and charts and graphs. It's intuition. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Drew. Yeah, I learned that from actually C3 Comics. I wouldn't say I learned it, but I saw him doing it, and I thought it was a great idea because I've done similar things in the past. I always thought to myself, like, why am I watching this list whenever we're talking about a 5% upshift, and that means 2 or 3 comics sold? Like, there's other comics that are selling that ain't making this list. Now, I don't know why they're not making the list, but why ain't we talking about more than just 10 silly books? And some of them don't have a lot of sales in their like graph. So once I started like actually looking at the numbers, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about other shit. I'm gonna talk about stuff that other people ain't working on as much, and I'll lean towards some of that sometimes too. You know, what do you think of that, Cliff? Do you notice that too? Like, the books on the list, or maybe something else you've seen on eBay that's had a bigger upswing, and you're like, wow, that book. This because that.
The way these places do their list, right? They're all following almost the same like algorithms, but they're looking at different things that are interesting. So if there was a 5% upswing, but it was consistent over like 44 sales, right? That like
draws make that high though. Some of them are like 5 or 10 in the last 3 months. I've even seen 1 or 2 sales.
Yeah, no, listen, I don't even understand, and nothing bothers me more than when I see something trending that is like Dark Patterns #2. Like,
it's a small print run.
That's ridiculous. Like, there's just
yeah.
It's a small print run.
I mean, it don't make any sense. It's a Batman run. How is it a low print run? You know, every Batman.
Dude, it is. Dude, look, I may be wrong, but I see stuff like that, and I'm like, ooh, money laundering. Like, that's all I'm thinking. It's money laundering. I was like, somebody bought a whole bunch of these issues at outrageous prices, or purposely sold them at outrageous prices for money laundering, because nobody needs that book that bad. Nobody. You know, and none of the other issues. Why was it an alleged significant problem on #2? Oh, here comes Izzy with the professional opinion.
And a strange uptick like Batman. He fucking brought up the book you hated the most.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's good.
Listen, man, working with Izzy, you know, I learn things that I feel that I may not care for, but it's interesting.
That's
Yes.
awesome, man.
Oh no, Dante, I knew who you meant the first time. Thank you, and I appreciate it. And like he was a good guy. I'm really sorry.
Let me tell you something funny, Cliff. Now I don't know if this is my fault or not, but when I went to C2E2, I met Tom and Jim and Fee or Faye or whatever you want to call her. And I talked to Tom a little bit, and I felt like I was talking to Jim, and it was in a bar, and it was a little loud. But I wanted to tell him. I think I did tell him. I said, I don't want to see X-Men one Jim Lee on the list anymore, because when you talk about it, it goes from being a $5 book to a $5 book. And I kind of said it in like a joking in a bar atmosphere way, but I don't think I've seen that book. Now, Jim ain't on the Comic Tom thing anymore, but I haven't seen X-Men 1 in the last 2 years on that list. So
maybe he was the reason.
I don't know. Maybe they're on to it now. I'm like, why would you keep highlighting this book? It only the value, it might go from $4 to $5. Like, what are we talking about?
Right, and back to one again. It's such a battle.
It was on the list quite a bit, and I haven't seen it since then. So I hope it stays off the list. I really do. I think it's a book that you should get it. You should have it because you pay your little $5 ticket. You got your cool book, but it's nothing you should spec in. It's not going to change.
No, it's not big enough. But anyhow, let's go to your very first homework assignment, sir, and that was the Bussy Buster.
Bussy Buster. If you've brought anything to the comic world, it's Bussy, right?
I clearly did, and it makes Marcus uncomfortable, and I'm sorry about it, but that's it. I love the word. We're doing it.
My thing was Banger, and it got accepted, and everybody loves it, but, it's all right. Maybe everybody will call comics Bussies, right? We'll get to that.
No, because, it's funny because there's omnibuses, so, of course, there's the omnibussy, and then all those people are like, oh, no, Cliff, why? Why are we doing this? Oh my goodness.
In every title of every video, like I do, I see Banger everywhere. I'm like, banger, 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 banger. Everybody uses a little bit of Banger, but
I'm afraid to just put Bussy everywhere. I really feel like the algorithm may attack me in a very negative way. So
shadow banned into some kind of
it'll be like, why are you talking about boy pussy all over our precious YouTube? Like.
Now, which one do you want first? Do you want the one that...
No, a Bussy is just one book that we really excited you to add to the collection.
Oh, okay. All right. I got a good one. All right. So I'm going to go with this guy right here. Now, I saw someone show it. Shout out to Sector for getting his copy. It is a little nicer than mine, but I just wanted that... 242. I know Matt got 252, and
bravo. Bravo.
Get your Superman together, If you're going to claim to be a Superman guy, you gotta get them Superman books. So there you go. Yeah, this is it's got some holes in it. Someone kept it in a Trapper Keeper, I guess.
Yeah.
Close enough at it. My video quality is pretty bad, but I don't mind it. A couple of my books have a punch holes in them. And if I can get a nice presenting copy with some good color on it, not a bunch of creases with some holes, I'll take it. And besides that, the first Candor, is that right? First appearance, first Candor, first Brainiac, first Origin, and if anybody don't know what Candor is, it's the first appearance of the Sunken City. So
the bottle city of Candor.
One of the greatest silver. See, I do a little. When I first started, I wanted Dark Side stuff. I wanted all the Kirby Fourth World, so I got all that. And then I was like, oh, what's the really pricey one? Because that's the thing with Superman. You can get gold. You can get 10 cent. You feel pretty good about it. But his big key to me is the Supergirl and the Brainiac. Those are the two toughies. So I was happy. And then the Legion, but that's Superboy.
The Legion is all of them, all right? Just because Superboy spent the most time there, you know,
Superman
like
for the Legion too. I'm sure he joined a few times, right?
yeah, no, right. There are Superman stories involving the Legion. There are Supergirl stories involving the Legion. You know, Superboy and Supergirl at the same time chilling around with the Legion. You know, even the Great Darkness Saga, they're both there to battle Darkseid. And they're under a red sun, but it was Highfather that gave them some energy. He gave them like a protective field so they could use their yellow sun powers and battle him. You know, and one of my favorite things is like Darkseid makes a boom tube to like banish them back to the past, and then they come but because they can fly into the future, right? They just come bursting out of the time stream again, like nope.
So in this book, I thought I'd read it. I was kind of hoping it was a little more maybe dramatic, but it talked about the small city, and it kind of got like a little scientific. There were some good panels in here, but the story wasn't like a home run for me. Actually, the cover is fantastic. It's Kurt Swan, probably my favorite Kurt Swan cover. So yeah. I thought about doing it on book club for a review, but the story didn't hit good enough for me. I was like, I'll pass.
Yeah. It's history. It's history. It's
yeah, have you read it? It's kind of meh, right?
Oh no, it's totally meh. But you know, dude, like freaking Starboy's first appearance is really a story about Lana Lang being a freaking creep because she's trying to get Superboy's attention. So like, but I still want to talk about it. She's like, that she blackmailed Starboy. I mean, come on, you know? Love you, Bill. Love you, Bill. So I'm like, yeah, I want to talk about it, you know? Also, I have so many things I want to talk about. There's just so much going on in this world for everybody. And, you know, and again, I'm going to put the GoFundMe in the chat for Mon Comics for Brandon. If anybody still hasn't or still wishes to help him out, you can. There's his GoFundMe page in the chat. And I'll pin it while I'm here.
So what new books
but yeah, this is one.
What?
What new books have I been after?
Yeah, what have you been into there, Cliff? Have you been getting...
Well, you want to know something funny? I won 3 Fantastic Four first appearances, right?
Okay.
And one of them is Frankie Ray becoming Nova, right?
Okay.
And I did bid on this book, and I assumed I won this book, and I opened it, and I was happy to see this book, and I received an email for Shortbox that I did not win this book, that I won Nathaniel Richards' first appearance, and that they have it, and that if they could send the mailing label so that I could return this, and they could ship me the right book.
Oh, you're supposed to get the annual 6.
Yeah, so no. The grandfather, Nathaniel Richards.
Oh, that's. I'm saying it right. You're supposed to get the annual 6, right?
No, that's the kid. That's the kid.
You get the one with the. Which one? The one with the horse or the one with the metal?
The one with the horse. The one with the horse.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so that's just a funny story.
I like the book you got. Can we just call it even and?
Right.
That one.
But if you want to talk about my biggest pussy buster, probably of this year, because I just didn't think I was going to accomplish this, and I feel really proud. And then I got one-upped by Matt because he has a really beautiful fan of his who sent him the Legion's first appearance.
You got one too? Holy shit.
No, I didn't. This is their second appearance. Appearance.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got their second, their third. I ordered their fourth. I'm getting it slabbed. I got their 5th appearance. Like, I got a lot of appearances, and I was like, oh my God, I got the second appearance, and I got it for a really good deal. And then Matt is like, oh my goodness, it's like one of my viewers sent me their first appearance. And I was like,
little jelly, yeah. Yeah, you got.
I told him in Canada, I'm like, I am fully jealous. Fully.
Well, you know, you got the Supergirl first, and then you got the Legion. It was just like, really? Holy.
And by the way, Biggie, yeah. I was going after Supergirl's first appearance because after Heroes Con, I came into a little windfall, and I was like, oh my God, I could get something major. And I went to go get Supergirl's first appearance. It was a beautiful copy, $2,500, and someone snatched it right out. Snatched it from me.
$2,500?
Yeah, $2,500 for a 5.5, and just got snatched.
Damn, Cliff, you was gonna spend that much on that book
for a 5.5? Look it up. Yes.
Well, I'm not saying it ain't worth it, but that's just kind of a high budget. Holy smokes, $2,500.
Yeah, I know, but so anyhow, I missed it, and we have to believe that the Lord was looking out for me, because then it allowed me to go visit Krista Comic Vet and Shane and Adrian and Bleecker. It allowed me to go to Terrificon and have a nice time, and come back with those 2 short boxes. I'm sorry, those 3 short boxes that were $75 each, and a beautiful piece of original art that I came back with as well. So, like, you know,
either a big gigantic book or, you know,
a big gigantic book, or lots of beautiful little creatures. You know,
that's just a good price. You know, you could usually maybe get like a 2.5 or 3 in that price range. So
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a 5.5. Like, I was like, yes, I will do this. I will love it forever. I will add it to my insurance policy. I'll be like, look, fuckers, put this on the insurance policy.
That's the problem, Cliff. Whenever I get to around the 1,500 range, I tend to like shrivel up or shrink a little bit.
Oh, like, dude, don't even tell me about it, right? Because, like, I do too. But you know how much I love Superman. Yeah. So Supergirl's first appearance, the Superman family. Supergirl's first appearance is like, I want this before I die, right? You know? And I'll probably never, unless I hit Powerball, and let me tell you, I keep trying to win that Powerball and that Mega Millions. Unless I win Powerball and Mega Millions, I'm never going to have an Action 1, right? So this is my runner-up, basically.
Yeah, I mean, Action 1 and Tech 27, there's only like 180 or around under 200 copies in the stinking world. So, yeah. I mean, under census at least. But
yeah, it's not like they're getting cheaper, you know?
They're not getting cheaper. And when you see somebody that has one of those books, it's a select amount of people. I mean, a lot of people have money now. A lot of people have Action 1s or Tech 27. So yeah, I'm good with not having the biggest book of the biggest character in the history of comics. I could deal, but yeah. So when I was going after Hulk 181, I quickly realized that if you're going to get a decent copy with everything in it and the stamp, you're going to be paying around $2K. So I felt at like $2K, shit, just pony up and go $3K and try to get a crappy X-Men 1. So I had to make the decision, like, am I going to spend $2K on this bronze character, or am I going to really save a little bit more and get like 6 first appearances, or can I just get the maybe 1,000 to 1,500 for one without a stamp? I was just like, you know, all the books I sold for the grand I got were stuff I got from the comic shop. Wasn't even part of my PC hardly. So I was just like, I'll trade all that for a 181, you know, without stamp, and that's what I did. But it's just those numbers mess with me. Once I get to 2K, it's like, you know what you can get for 3. You know, yeah. It's like,
well, no, I got to tell you, I you know, my mother's like, "Are you crazy?" Like, you know, she's like, "Oh my God, we've got 2 weddings to go to this year. You know, and like, and I'm like, whatever, I got my gray suit. And, you know, I'm like, let's do it. So, but yeah, no. And then she was still mad that I enjoyed that you know, I mean, she wasn't mad I was enjoying myself, but she was still mad I took that money and ran with it. So like, it is what it is, right?
Yeah. I mean, we all spend it over time anyway. It goes in. And like you talked about all the stuff you spent the money on, you know.
And I got some really lovely stuff. Like, I got Submariner #1. I got Darkseid. I got Forever People #1. I got
You got a Golden Age Superboy. I forget what the key of it was. It was something really important, didn't you?
I got an Adventure Comics. That's the first appearance of General Zod.
That's a.
But you said golden.
Yeah, I thought you had like a Golden Age Superboy.
I got something. I did get something that tiered on golden. You know, but yeah, just a lot. I will do. I'm probably gonna do a members video on that because like I owe my members a video because like I've done like one in like 6 months.
Yeah, this year, to be exact, like I've gotten a few, a couple. I've been focusing on like the bronze more, I guess. So I got these 2 recently, the Iron Fist and the well, that ain't silver, but you know, Black Widow. So, and then I got the
Black Widow. I would consider silver.
Oh yeah, this is silver, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I got a Luke Cage 1 behind me, you know. So I just get, I don't know, a little $200 books for this year because my ultimate goal is X-Men 1. I don't know if I can do it though. It's tremendous. It's going to be about 4K to get that book, I think.
But listen, I don't blame you because that's 7 first appearances. 7 first appearances. D-Bizzle and I talk about it all the time. It is one of the top priority books for us.
It's a fun book, yeah. I got 2 other Bell Out books. If I don't get it, it would be Daredevil 1 and Showcase 22. I think Showcase 22 would be a fun book because there's just as many of those in the community as X-Men 1s. Like, I don't know a ton of people that have a Showcase 22, so I'd be happy with one of those 3, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. But, you know, there's so many other great books, too, that I don't see out there. And I'm just like, I hardly see these. And people are like, I'm like, thanks to Only Slabs, we've all seen a Showcase 22 a couple of times, you know? But like, yeah, but there's like so many books that I really love that are just out and about, and you never see enough of them. All right,
I make it a point to get every book I can on my channel. So, like Doc and Alan and Stepper will come by, and I'll bring Knights of Old. And here recently, we got the first Flash and first Hawkman, Flash 1. That was pretty good. Doc got that one. And then, you know, the Spectre, he has the first Spectre. And it's a kick for me. So I saw Fantastic 3 on my channel because of Doc again. But it's just like, I like to see one of my friends have it, you know. And I think the big one I've been waiting to see somebody show is the first Sandman, Adventure 40. Like, I would love to see that book. But yeah, it's a kick for me. I definitely enjoy seeing rare, hard to find books and big books. So something I get into.
I mean, that is a kick, but that's also the kick I get out of watching Only Slabs, you know. But like, I'm trying to like. First, are we talking about Sandman, like Wesley Dodds All-Star Squadron Sandman?
I'm talking literal gas mask, like
yeah, that's the dude. That's the dude.
Oh, yeah. Like Murder Mystery, whatever the one book series. Yeah, it's such a great cover. See, Steppo has the World's Fair, where he's in that one first.
Yeah, no, that's his first appearance. Is World's Fair #1.
Right. So the World's Fair is should get all the credit, but Adventure 40's got like that 181 effect. So before people said World's Fair was, and they finally, because Steppo made it his life term freaking goal, and he got it straightened out. But for years it was Adventure 40 because it was just people. I mean, at the least, it's the first full, you know. So it's like it's like the cover was better. It focused on him more. So there's just certain books that are that way, and and the big kicker, Cliff, it's the money book.
Yeah, right, because people know it.
Sometimes the money book matters. It's like the first Submariner. They say that's a giveaway pamphlet that they did at movie theaters. I think it's called Famous Funnies or something. Yeah. I believe that Marvel One's the first Submariner, and along with Torch, Bizarre, and all them. But
right, because it's a published comic book, so therefore it counts. You know.
Yeah, this book would be gnarly to see. I don't think this has been on Slab Hubs. It might have been with Nerdy Girl. I doubt it. I don't know anybody that's shown this book. Like Fantastic 3 was a big one for me. I'm just now getting into Lou Fine. So when Doc showed that, Lou Fine also did the first Uncle Sam and the Freedom Fighters. He worked on a lot of that, Smash Comics, stuff like that. But I don't see anybody showing that book willy-nilly, you know. So like Solomon Grundy, first Solomon Grundy is a beautiful cover. I put that in that kind of category. Like that first Sandman's almost as good as the first Solomon to me.
First Solomon Grundy is like fairly attainable, and like it's so funny because like Rob said not so long ago, he talks about attainable because once you've hit 4 digits and higher to get a comic book, 3 digits, you know, doesn't seem so bad. But in reality, 3 digits is not so bad. All right, if you can shove $100 a month, you know, under the mattress somehow, or even $50 a month under the mattress, you can hit 3-digit books, you know.
No, I not the silver, the gold, All American. That one's not easy to get. That one's like
no, they're not. But I think it's. I mean, I'm talking about for new collectors who just probably think this is all crazy. Like, you know, if you really love, when you developed a love for something, right? You can just start stuffing that mattress and holding out for it.
You can try, yeah. I know my boy Benny, he would love to have that very first one, but it's a monster. You're going to be good like 14, 20K. Now the silver, it's not only the first silver Solomon, it's also Our Man and who else is the other one? They're not. It's not their first Silver Ages, but they're part of that book, I believe.
Dr. Fate and Our Man.
Dr. Fate, Our Man, and the first Golden Age Green Lantern solo in the Silver Age, which, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, there's all of those 3 figures, not horrifying.
No, you can get this book for $80. This is a fairly easy book to get.
Yeah, but like if you want to get it already graded, then like, you know, you're gonna be paying a little bit of money. But like, yeah, you can get it, and it's definitely a nice piece of comic book history. Look at that! Look at somebody showing off the 9.0 somewhere. Beautiful. All right, sir. Are you ready for your second homework assignment?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your second homework assignment was bring 5 books with the theme of your choice. It's something I like to call the 5-finger shuffle.
All right. So before I start, I want to show the chat the gold.
Real Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, that's the big boy right there. I feel like this is one of the greatest Golden Age covers too.
Yep.
So it's a treat when you run across somebody that has that book. All right, my 5 and my theme are these are my books that I could just hold out and look at and enjoy for a long time. These are my most enjoyable kind of cool books I got. All right, so um, I mean, I got a lot of books, but I'm just went with some slabs. Got the first Swampy right there,
Yes.
respectable 2.5.
Another great book.
Yeah, this book right here, man. When I got it, just getting this in your hand is just like you hear that silly um, CCR song in the back of your head, the Swamp song. You could feel like almost music coming off of this thing because it takes you to the swamp, and you're just like, oh man, I got the first stinking Swamp Thing. I love Swamp Thing. I think this book is super cool because it's the only DC Bronze Age that has a first appearance that can hang with the Marvel Bronze Age first appearances because the Bronze is kind of dominated by Marvel. You got Wolverine,
Yeah.
Punisher, GSX, and then this little guy. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm from DC. I'm good too." So what a cool book. Love it, love it, love it. I feel like you should go out your way to get it if you don't mind or if you feel the urge. This is my favorite modern character. I've been in a lot of bar alley fights and fisticuffs fighting for my boy Deadpool. People say his content and his comics ain't that good. I will meet you in the back at the McDonald's parking lot if you want to battle. So I had to get my 9.4 Newsy. This has a long story. I actually bought a raw 9.8 Candidate, and I got this book instead. But it came with the Ghost Rider one, so I guess it made up for it.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
But it came with a Ghost Rider 1. Oh, great.
yeah, I mean, what can you do? The thing with this one is it's New Mutants 98 because to me, like, words and symbolism mean things. So since the number was 98, I really wanted that 98. I'm just weird like that. That's like the Brainiac book. Like, I might not be smart, but I have a first Brainiac. I just like saying silly shit. I got the Hercules up there. This book inspired me to really push my limits of collecting and going after big books. I got this book from Doc Mancave's, Doc Hollywood Savage, my favorite collector in the game. Parm, people call him. I call him a lot of things. Don't call him late for dinner. But Superman 23, 1943. I've got a little tape on the interior cover. Interesting. Blue Label 20 or 1. What is this? Yeah, 1.8.
Wow.
Yeah, someone gave me this book.
Oh my God.
And to me, I was like, I can't let the best book in my collection be something someone gave me. So I made it a point to try to get like some books that were at its level. And I don't know if there's a better Superman cover. I kind of got sucked into it because I own it, but I look at the other ones and I like this one for some reason. It just feels like a bigger, cooler kind of book. Don't get me wrong.
It's a great book and a beautiful book. By the way, I just remembered what 1.8 I have that's Golden Age. It's Action 149, the first cover appearance of Jimmy Olsen.
That's it. Yeah, I remember it came with the key. First cover, Jimmy Olsen. That is cool as hell.
Yeah. And that one, I cannot get over the fact that the dude wrote me and was like, "Oh, I recognize you. I'm going to sell it to you for $95."
Damn.
He dropped it from $249. I sent him an offer. He declined my offer, and then, he countered my offer with $95. He went lower, and I was like, "What?" And he put a note in there like, "Oh yeah, I recognize you. I know you'll love this book." When I was like, "Okay."
How much did he knock off?
150.
He knocked 150? Oh, from 150.
Yeah, no, right. No, from 250 down to 95.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
He's like, I know you'll give it a good home and everything. I was like, I will give it a good home.
Yeah, dude. I mean, can't beat that deal. That's real good. So that was 43, and this one's from Doc too. And I just had a crazy year one year, and this book came too. And I love this cover. This is a Fred Ray cover. So Fred Ray and Jack Burnley are two of my favorite Superman artists. I started off being a First Swamp fan, of course, but I do like the Golden Age. I like Win Mortimer. I like all those guys, but this is the first time World's Finest was used as a name.
Yep.
And World's Finest 2, the first World's Finest, before it was formerly known World's Best. And I think there was another one was World's Fair. But it's also like the third or fourth time that Superman, Robin, and Batman have ever been on a cover together. So, yeah, and it's beautifully done. It's not like Golden Age crap art. This is like pretty damn good. I mean, the Robin looked kind of mousy. The Batman and Superman look very on point. So, yeah, just beautiful. Beautiful book. All book. These books ain't like they used to be. I'll tell you that. This is like a monster size. But it would be cool to have one of those big square bounds raw. I've had a couple square bounds raw. I had like 26. I need some more though. But my last book, probably my biggest book. It in Avengers 1 and my Timely, I'd say, are my three biggest books. But yeah, this is a pretty nice condition. 3.0. I think about 35 people chipped in some money and AOK'd me this one. It's probably my most sentimental book because of the gratitude I give to all you guys. So, Hulk 2, first Green Hulk. They got it whenever.
First Green Hulk.
Yeah, they got it right before it got ridiculous. So I think it was only $700, and they got it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great book. Great book.
Yeah, second ever Hulk, first Green Hulk. One of the best second appearance books you can get, to say the least. And whenever I was wanting to get it, the reason I wanted it was because if you look at second appearances to first appearances, this one had a huge drop off. The second Hulk was way cheaper than the first Hulk. So I was like, oh, there's a chance. I couldn't afford a Hulk 1 back then, but you could probably save up $500, $700 to get your Hulk 2. And then it was like instant. It went up to $1,500 2K. So yeah, that was my 5. Those are just my daydream books, I'll call them.
That's okay though. I love it.
Yeah.
I got a lot of my own daydream books, and a lot of them came from this year of like, I'm tired of not owning things.
I'm sick of it too. I get tired of seeing people having shit that I don't have, and I'm just like, all right, tough guy. We'll see how it works out. I still got some books to get there, but what is actual Dracula saying? He says this and the Superman 23 are two of the best books I've seen all year. Oh, okay, thank you.
Bro, and I have to agree, they're pretty fantastic.
They're pretty books. They really are pretty.
They are pretty fantastic.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm a little biased because I worked real hard to snatch up some of my books this year.
It is very hard.
My God. And also, like I'm such a psycho too, because like every time I get a new one, like in my new CGC box, which I got from BCW, which of course you can go to BCW Supplies and get 10% off by using Cliff Comics as your discount code. So like I got a box of CGC boxes and size boxes, and so as I'm organizing the new box, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for my next appearance on Only Slabs. And like I just feel ridiculous, but also I feel ridiculous. Like I'm having the thought, but then I'm like so excited. I'm like, yeah.
Cliff, you know, you got quite a rounded off good collection, man. You got a lot of different. I think you're kind of like me. You appreciate almost every classic Americana pop culture character. So I like to have cool books from most of the popular characters. Do you feel like, I know you got Spider-Man, you got Superman, you got other, you know, you got your Supergirl, I guess. What else do you? I know your Legion, but you got like Batman and everything. FF
and Defenders.
Defenders, yeah. So you're I'm all over the place, man. Only thing I don't really get into is the booby books. I'm not into booby books.
Yeah, neither am I. You know, I want my trunks and hunks. That's what I want. I want trunks and hunks.
Yeah.
You know, bring them to me. Bring them to me. I need them covers. I just saw that pumpkin booty Nightwing cover, and I'm like, can't wait for this to come out.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm about the capes.
But most importantly, when it comes to like my slabs and stuff, like, I mean, there are some exceptions. Like, you know, like there's this Captain America that I got here, and it's just because it was like the best. It was one of the best deals ever. It's a beautiful copy of this random Captain America issue. It's a 9.2, and I paid $30 for it. Like, fuck yeah, I get that for me, you know. And some it's just about meaning, you know. I like Alex Ross. I got a beautiful Alex Ross Thor here, you know. I love Monica Rambeau. I got her first appearance. I love Submariner. I got that. I love Submariner. I got the real one hiding in a box. I really dig Kid Venom, and I got his first appearance, you know.
Yeah. I see you all over the place. I like it.
Yeah, but a lot of it is about meaning. And then sometimes, I mean, a lot of it, right? Like, let's say 85% of it is about what it means to me, you know? And then like 15%, I get a little bit off the rails. Like, I love Nakayama. He was doing a signing, and that's how I ended up with these two up here, right? But like that Batman one, I realized that I did not have anything signed and slabbed from George Perez, and I found it for $88 on my comic shop. It was literally a new arrival, right? And I bought it that night. I bought it instantly, you know, because I wanted to make sure I had something of his that I appreciate. And of course, Lonely Place of Dying, I appreciate, you know? Now, talk about meaning. That X-Men 4, that's double signed, that's my comic that I bought when I was a kid, and it came back a 9.4 double signed.
Wow.
You know,
yeah, so mega red.
I'm very, very proud of that one. And some of them are here like, well, that's signed by Jason David Frank. This is just because it was a good deal for Superman book. This I won from DJ Links via Nick's Kicks and Comics, right? So some of that stuff is there, and it's great. And I love Marvel. I love DC. I love superheroes. I love adventures. I love a power fantasy, right? You know, a thing that I try to explain to people often, and that I'm sure people kind of understand, some more than others. You know, when I was a kid and I really felt like I had to have a dual identity because I understood I was different, and that drew me to Superman, you know, or how much the X-Men are about being different and being excluded and being targeted, you know. And so yeah, like, you know, I that's what drew me to so many different comics, you know. The fact that the Fantastic Four is a family, you know, and there's my feelings on family, like my mom is my world to me, right? And then there's my feelings on the family that you build it throughout your life, right? So I'm drawn to so much of this stuff. But with that, we have to wrap it up because I desperately need to eat something.
Yeah. Love you, bro. I gotta eat too.
All right, Biggie, I love this. I'm so glad you were here. I thought we had a great conversation. I hope you had a great time with me. Chat, you're all amazing. I love you. Just thank you all for coming out and just being a wonderful community, and I appreciate you. Anything you want to share about future appearances, sir?
Yeah, sure. I will be on Nate and Hagen's Saturday show, I believe, coming in a couple weeks. That's kind of the only thing I got like listed for going on other people's channels, as far as I know.
The Sunday morning hangover show.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought it was Saturday. No, you're right. Sunday.
Set all your alarms. Set all your alarms, Biggie.
Yeah. What time is it? Oh, freak. What time is it at? Is it like 8 or something?
It's like 9. I think it's 9:30 in the morning. 9:30 in the morning. Yeah.
I'll make it, but I probably won't be happy.
That's part of what makes it the hangover show.
All right. I did want to shout out my homie Darth, Tronco, Matt, TM, Alan, Bleeker, Hoodat. Who else? I feel like there's more. But
Rad, shout out Rad.
Norn Rad. Shout outs to Cliff, John. What's Brucifer, right?
Yep. Bruce, yep.
K-pop. Everybody out there, I wish y'all the most luck. I hope all my friends are happy at the end of the night. And thank you, Cliff. You can always see me on Collector Club, the Book Club, and every now and then I go on the hunt on Tony Sanders. Should be a good match tonight. My friend Beckerman, he's managing a stable right now. He's got me, Bobby Delegato, and Darth as his talent, and it's a lot of fun. You know, I appreciate him, and shout out to Circumstance Perry, Benny Blanco, 90. It's all 90's fault. 90 does everything. Yeah. He's a bad guy. And my boy D Runk. So that's about all I got, man. Thank you for having me, Cliff. Appreciate the council. The network has been here to we merged, and you know, it'll be sooner than later. The next merging we have is what I say.
Absolutely. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you so much. And next week it's going to be a Friday evening session, and I'm going to have Conor McGregor art. Not the Conor McGregor art, the artist. He'll be my guest Saturday evening. Looking forward to it, folks. Until next time, love you all, and thank you.